What's going on, everybody? So today is Saturday, March 25th at 7:27 a.m. I'm down here in Sumter, so this is going to be the first day, or we're going to be starting the search for Brent Garcia today. Going through, his family's got some places they want me to get searched for them, so that's what we're down here for. Going to do everything that we can to help them at least eliminate those areas of concern that they've had for a while now. Hopefully we can get some answers, right? But what we can do is at least eliminate those places that they've been concerned with since the very beginning and go from there. It was about a 3-hour drive this morning, so I just got here a little tired, so you have to bear with me, and we'll continue on as we get going further. Just stand by, and then we'll get to the first location. All right, so right now we are at the first point of interest that they've got as far as bodies of water. As you can tell, I mean, it runs right on the road. There's no guardrails. Obviously, this is different, so we're not necessarily looking for just a vehicle. It's one of those cases where we are looking, unfortunately, trying to eliminate if there are any remains in the area. So what I'm gonna do, I got the boat set up. I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna sonar a little bit, but there's no telling what we're gonna find in here, because from what I'm being told, they've never once put anything in the water. They never sonared it. They may have dove, but that was still questionable, so nobody really knows 100%. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna sonar, see if I see anything. Again, not necessarily something that's going to tell us immediately if what we're looking for is out here, but just with this road, as you can, it goes all the way on the backside right along in there. So perfect place for a vehicle to drive off. And you have to remember as well, there's like 21, 22 different missing people in this area. So that's just kind of what we're doing at this point. We're gonna go out, see what they've got going on there, see if we find anything, and then just go from there. We're gonna go over here and get out towards the middle, or at least get past the lily pads, and then just start scanning to see what we can find. So it didn't take too long to get everything set up. This is the first location, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here, see what we find, and then just move on to the next one, at least to eliminate this. So just finished up sonar in here. Believe it or not, did not see anything. Saw some trash, maybe a tire or two, but didn't see anything that indicated a vehicle, didn't see anything that indicated a bag, anything that could be left behind, right, or dumped. Again, I'm not saying 100% that there's not any remains in there, because you have to think too, if you're looking for bones and things of that nature, it's going to be really, really hard to have anything there, especially if there's not a vehicle involved. As far as depth, maybe 8 foot right there is about the deepest that it got. The rest of this is anywhere from 6.5 to 7, maybe a little bit more shallow. But we've got 2 more locations that we're going to go to, so I'm gonna head that way now. All right, so all of this area right here runs adjacent to that pond that I was just in. Now it's thick cut, swampy top brush, and why it's definitely possible as far as getting back here and disposing of something, it is just highly improbable, just for the simple fact of the difficulty it would be in order to reach back here. Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible that it wasn't done. No, absolutely not. But I am saying that normally, if there was foul play suspected in this, normally the patterns that I've seen, it tends to be the path of least resistance. Now, if it was something to where maybe possibly somebody had ended up back here, or they were staying back here or something like that, then I would say yes. But me personally, I don't think that it's going to be back there. As well as when you go through and you're looking, it's more, you have to go based off of, really, you just have to go based off of what you can see. Because areas like this would be something to where somebody, like I've been seeing a lot of those remote controlled sonars, I think it'd be much more beneficial to get back there, just for the simple fact that the boat itself is going to have a hard time trying to maneuver any of this. So we'll walk over there to the other one and see what's going on there. All right, so this is directly across from where the other little swamp little area is. It's going to be about the same thing. So you've got houses that line the back side of that, right? But over here, they said it's recessed back a good bit. But And obviously they've got a lot of details about things that I can't reveal, right? But at the same time, you know, just in my professional opinion, or personal opinion really, is I don't think he's going to be in this area. Again, that's just my thought process on it. Doesn't mean anything. He very well could be, right? I'm a firm believer in you don't know anything until you know. So, but what I do know is that I told him that I'd come and I'd try to check these areas or eliminate these areas. But the more that I'm seeing it, obviously, does somebody know exactly what happened? 100%, without a doubt. But I'm not law enforcement. I'm not pretending to be law enforcement. I'm just using the knowledge and skill set that I have to try to help them out in any way. Lovely family. They've been nothing but nice the entire time we've been here. I'm hoping we can give them something, but I definitely believe this is one of those things that's going to end up being law enforcement will have access to things that I'm just not going to have access to, and that's perfectly okay. And I hope nothing more than, you know, and they have talked about the way law enforcement has interacted with them throughout this process, and I've not really heard anything negative whatsoever. So to the investigators, the lead investigator that's over this case, I know he thinks about it night and day, 24/7. So hat goes off to you. I mean, the family speaks very highly of you. So hats off to you on that, because unfortunately that's not the case all the time. And again, I'm not bashing or knocking law enforcement whatsoever. Right, I did 10 years of it, so I understand what kind of goes into it. But again, family asked me for help. I tell everybody I'll do everything that I can for them. So that's what we're doing now. All right, so now we are at another location. I searched 2 other locations. I didn't put them on video just for the simple fact that I don't want to give out everything, because there are definitely people that are going to know, that do know or have information in reference to all this. So I keep some of it private. But these 2 locations here that we're going around and looking at, these are some little swamp areas that are remotely close. But again, the effort that it would take to get in here, I don't know, just leads me to believe maybe not so much. But that's the problem with South Carolina too, especially in the lower country, like where I'm at now. The upstate's not so bad, but in the lower country, it's all a bunch of swamps and trails and things like this. And then, I mean, you see, like, you got trash backed up right there. I mean, so there's a million different possibilities. But as far as actually getting in, I mean, if foul play was involved, which again, I don't know. At this point, it's kind of believed that it is. Well, I mean, more so than not that there was. It'd just be really, really hard to bring somebody back there, especially if it was a spur of the moment or like a crime that took place in the moment, right? Impossible? No. Probable? No. So we'll see what we can see, if I see anything else around here. So we came out here. This is one of the last spots. I'm pretty sure one of the last spots for today that they wanted me to have checked. So I went the outline of basically all of those banks. I didn't see anything, which I was really surprised. But when I say there's boat ramps out here, it's more or less, I mean, it's just big enough to put a boat in, and there's nothing concrete. Definitely a place you would want to look into. That's kind of why they wanted this looked into, so that's why I came out here. It's secluded. There's nothing out here. I mean, it's a pretty long dirt road to even get out here. So I ended up coming out, scanned everything out here. I think that's kind of going to wrap it up as far as the searches that we've got done. May go to one more place. I just hadn't seen anything all day that spikes my interest. Not to say that I have not missed anything, right? I'm by no means perfect. All I can do is come out here and try. But from what I have seen, in my opinion, and again, that's all it is, just my opinion, I didn't see anything that raised suspicion to me. I've not seen anything that looked like a vehicle on sonar, which again, not necessarily even looking for a vehicle. I just was kind of curious if there'd be anything out here. It's going to be really hard. They've got a lot of leads that they're following up on, right? But bodies of water is what I told them I could help them out with, as well as, you know, they had some questions and things, and I'll help them out in any way that I can when it comes to that. But for the most part, I feel confident in what I came out here and done so far today. Definitely be back down here and see what we can get them helped out with. Probably go back. I may go back to that place that we checked this morning, just to say that I double checked it this morning. I want to triple check it just to see if anything's there, because it's really hard for me to believe that nothing had ran off in there, but it was so shallow. So I'm always making sure that I cover every possible aspect or every angle that I can on that, just because I want to make sure that when I tell them that I tried, that's truly what I'm trying to do, try my best, and that's all I can do. So I'm gonna go back and get loaded up and we'll go from there. This is one of those super rare times where it truly is awesome, these little places like this in South Carolina. So this is the last place they wanted me to search for them. Alright, so this was the last location they wanted me to search today. This is a little swamp, public boat ramp access. Didn't see anything there. I thought it was gonna be a lot more deeper than what it was, but it's only about 4 foot right there. So I'm gonna get turned around. We're gonna head back and kind of regroup and then see where we go from there. We searched a lot of areas today, eliminated a lot of stuff, or at least cleared a lot of stuff off of that ride. Again, by no means am I perfect. If anybody's local, I ask that you come out, and if you're out fishing or scanning waterways or something, look and just see if there's any irregularities. See if there's anything that you notice that sticks out. Really, that's all you can do, because it may not be related to this case, but you never know what case you might be able to help solve. Again, if you see something, say something.